course, he crosses the line now and his number gets put on the board. But at the moment we don't see him out there. A good name to see. There he is. What did I just say? Paul Medell, 17th at the moment. So obviously he's just registered and gone out on the circuit. But a name we haven't seen in a while, but we've seen back. The 72, Hutchins Serving Centre Racing, Nicholas Hutchings, back once again on a 650 bike.
Nicholas very quick on a motorbike. He was a short circuit champion. He knows how to get his way around the circuit. Nice to see Jamie Hall out for another ride there. He's on the front row with Nicholas. Adrian Solomon will be there on the 650 now. So Adrian's moved up from the 400 to the 650. Reinhard Burnett, Brandon Hutchings also out there. And I don't know if Paul's going to start from the back of the field or work his way through.
Yep, good to see Adrian Solomon on a 650. We know he was already class champion of the 300s a round ago. He was deserving of it. He was fighting on that 300 of his, the Paul King's 300 Kawasaki of his, or Kawasaki 400, not 300, but in the 300 class. Now he's finally got the chance to step up to the big boys and fight it out, even though we already saw him fighting it out on the 400 between the 650s. Jamie Hall there has now moved into the second spot on the first row of the grid. Lance Jonas is there. That's 7th place ahead of Abigail Bosson, Raymond Alexander, Max Munton, Armin Mostert, Mitch Robinson's there at the back, Peter Hill. There's Cody Redlingace, another start for her. And then you see right at the back end of the field, that's the number 5 of Paul Medell. He'll be starting at the back. And then we've got a pit lane starter, 2 pit lane starters. They'll start when the lights go out, but take them away, Francois.
Right, so we're waiting for the lights to come on. Lights about to come on soon. They're on, off and away they go. Making their way down the main straight down towards the holes. And it looks like Nicholas Hutchings is in there with Jamie Hall. Jamie Hall's trying to get up. Nicholas Hutchings gets the whole shot. Jamie Hall's in there. I'm trying to look. Someone slipped up on the inside. Is that Adrian Solomon? Solomons is having a bit of a battle there with, looks like Braden Hutchings. And Solomon slides a bit inside on Braden. And the rest of the field making their way there through Cashel Corner. Line of stern stuff as they work their way out. And make their way through Lunstem King down towards Damstip. And Nicholas Hutchings leading out there. Jamie Hall and then Adrian Solomon.
Yep, look at that spread of bikes now as they make their way out of Damstip and down. A little bit wide there for Adrian Solomon on the 650 as they make their way into Sorrel Sweep now. Tucking it in on the right side of the body, the right side of the bike, doing the double apex right-hander. Through Sorrel Sweep they go, quick firing out onto the Killarney Straight. And down the Killarney Straight to Pertamina Fostron for the first time of 9 laps for the BATT Super Twin Cup 650s and Super Sport 300s.
Solomon up on the inside of Jamie Hall. That's the weight ratio, the power to weight. But Jamie shuts a door in his face. There you see them going through. Jamie will not allow for that. But Adrian Solomon's bike very quick. And that's only the power to weight ratio because he's a very, very, very light young man. But look at the front 3, nose to tail as they cross the line, making their way down into holes. And a brilliant, brilliant tight battle. Hutchings. And going around the outside there was Jamie Hall, a bit loud there into holes. And Adrian Solomon right up behind him now. This is a great tussle for the front, and this makes for fantastic racing. Hutchings on the open tap there with Jamie Hall behind him. Adrian Solomon, Braden Hutchings, and working their way through Abdul Esak. Paul Medell's in there, Reinhard Burnett and Lance Jonas.
Yeah, we watch. Here come the leaders into Damstip, and I can tell you for a fact that Adrian Solomon is on a mission to show how good he is on a 650 after winning the 300s championship. But there we see, there goes Hutchings, there goes Isak, there goes Medell, Burnett, Jonas. Then we got the youngsters. There's Max Munton, Raymond Alexander, Abigail Bosson, Mitch Robinson sitting in 12th place. There's that group of 4 for the 300s class. And then Hill, Mostert, Redling, Hayes, Peterson, and then Lee Anthony Pinn at the back end of the field for ABC Real Estate. He was one of the pit lane starters. He's at the back end of the grid and still making their way around.
The leaders of the 650s making their way there into Pertamina Fastron. And it looks like Jamie Hall's got through. Jamie Hall leads out, and Nicholas Hutchings has dropped down to 3rd. So he must have made a mistake somewhere that we didn't pick up. Jamie Hall through, and it's Adrian Solomon, Brandon Hutchins, Abdul Esak, then Paul Medell's up to 5, Reinhard Burnett 6, Abdul Esak dropping down to 7, Lance Jonas 8. And then the youngsters come through on the 300s.
Yep, Braden Hutchings in 4th place overall. He's 2nd place in the championship, and he's got quite a considerable gap to 3rd place Abdul Isak. It's roughly 23 points. Let's look at the lead change now once again, coming through Castrol, through Lundstemp Kink, and down into Damstip. This front 3 is chopping and changing like you won't believe.
Well, first, still Jamie Hall leading out Adrian Solomon right there with him. And you can't even see them, they're so close. And in there too is Nicholas Hutchings. The front 3 are absolutely nose-to-tail stuff now as they work their way through the second half of Sarl sweep and make their way down the Kalani straight away. And I tell you something, it is too close for comfort. Jamie Hall and having a look at Nicholas Hutchings, he's trying to slipstream Adrian Solomon, but it's not going to work. Jamie Hall very late on the brakes down into Perdamina fast on, and Nicholas is looking up on the inside. And Nicholas is going to move up, and Nicholas is going to go 2 places. Oh, what a maneuver coming out of Nicholas Hutchings. He takes the lead. They're almost banging handlebars as they work their way through now. And it's slipstream. It's absolute slipstream city as they work their way down towards Holes. And is it still Hutchings and Solomon? And then Jamie Hall that coming in there. Nicholas Hutchings rolling back time here as he reels his way to the front. 2 places down in Perdamina fast on.
Yep, I can only imagine that HSC riders telling these guys, I haven't been here in a while, but I can jump straight back on a 650 and show you what I've got. And that's exactly what he's doing as they round Castrol Corner once again. Hutchings still leading out ahead of Solomon, then Jamie Hall, then Braden Hutchings there ahead of Paul Medell, Reynald Burnett, Isak, and Jonas. Jonas making his way through now. That's that Samurai Racing motorbike of Lance Jonas. Then we've got the first of the 300s, Max Munton, Abigail Bosson, and Raymond Alexander. Raymond Alexander and Abigail Bosson are in a fight for a championship as well. For 2nd place, there's only 1 point between them.
Lovely stuff there. There your leaders go down the back straight now. Adrian Solomon is on the inside of Nicholas, and Adrian's gone to the front, but here comes Jamie Hall, loud and proud. Who's going to be the last there? Nicholas Hutchings lost the late breakers going down and holds on to that leading edge of Adrian Solomon. But look at Jamie Hall just clatter there up behind him, but he's a bit slow on exiting the corner, and he's got to work a little bit harder. They've still got 6 laps to go. Across the line will be 5, and getting past the slow marker there. There comes 4th place man, Braden Hutchins, then Paul Medell, Reinhard Burnett. But have a look at all the action at the sharp end of the field. Nicholas Hutchins leading out from Adrian Solomon and Jamie Hall. They work their way now up towards Castrol Corner. Adrian Solomon, but look at this, brilliant stuff. And up behind them, it's Braden Hutchins, Paul Medell, and Reinhard Burnett together there with Abdul Isak and Lance Jonas.
Yeah, we saw coming into the
and then the 300s come. Max Munton, Abigail Bosson. There they come out there. And they're going to have a lovely scrap. Max Munton really, over the last 2 years, really coming into his own there. And, almost saw maneuver going there into, it looks like, is it Abby Bosson that's gone back to the front of the 300s?
Yep, you can still see them fighting it out now as the leaders exit Sarl Sweep and go down on to the Kalani Straight once again. The bobbing and weaving from the leader to try and get out of that slipstream. For the 2 behind him, you need to stay away as far as possible so they don't get any sort of advantage, and you can keep that lead, but diving once again onto the brakes. I see Jamie Hall's now sat in 2nd position ahead of Adrian Solomon. So those 2 guys are going to fight it out for 2nd place as Nicholas Hutchings slowly makes a bigger gap now while those 2 fight out. But that SV650, that Suzuki of Nicholas Hutchings, is really showing them what that's got. Throwing the knee out, making sure that they stay behind him. Hutchings ahead of Jamie Hall. Jamie Hall good on the brakes. We know he's already the season's champion. He's so good at late braking. He's right up on it to the rear wheel of that Hutchings Service Centre bike. Adrian Solomon losing a little bit of ground to those 2 as they make their way into Castrol Corner. That's your top 3 as they run through Castrol. Then there's this fight for 4th position. It's Paul Medell and Braden Hutchings going into Castrol Corner now. Paul Medell has now moved up a position into 4th place, starting at the back end of the grid. Good moving from him. And then we see just further behind Abdul Isak.
Right, so there your 4 and 5 work their way. That's your leaders there into the coming up into Sarl Sweep. And still Nicholas Hutchings, Jamie Hall, and Adrian Solomon. They're the leaders on the 650s. And they work their way down towards the Perdamina Fostron corner. One going past one of the back markers there. I think that is Pin. And there could be a possible change of lead here. Jamie Hall slots up on the inside of Hutchings, but Hutchings looks like he wants to come back at him. He leans up, they're side by side. They're coming up towards us. Jamie Hall just edges in front there. And, well, once again, Slipstream City all the way down towards Holes. They come in two Holes here. Still got one or two slow markers ahead of them. These front three are absolutely galloping away with this race as they make their way out of Holes up the UBS straight.
Enrique Peterson on the Kawasaki 300 is the next back marker. They made their way past Anthony Pinn for ABC International Real Estate on that Kawasaki 300 as well a lap ago. They make their way around the outside of Peterson through Castrol Corner, and that slowed Adrian Solomon down a little too much for his liking, I'm sure, as he's now lost the gap to the front two. Now the front two will slowly grab away at it and try and pull away as much as they can. So it's not a three-way fight, but now a two-way fight as going down the Tygerberg straight into Sorrel Sweep. Nicholas Hutchings wants to go up the inside into a double right-hander, but he couldn't make the move stick. It's a little bit of a sketchy corner to get alongside, but now he'll sit in the slipstream train. Try and make yourself as slim and as Superman streamlined, sorry.
Yellow flags waving, so there'll be no overtaking. No overtaking. There's a bike down in turn 5. So Nicholas has to stay behind Jamie. And that is the Anthony Pinn right down, bike down there. You can see on screen on the far side. So still Jamie Hall now pulling away from Nicholas Hutchings slightly and losing touch with him, Adrian Solomon. You can see he's now got a little bit of a distant gap. That was caused on going around the outside of one of the slow markers.
Very unfortunate for Lee Anthony Pinn and the ABC International Real Estate Group. But good to see him up on his feet once again. I believe that was his first race. It was his first race today. But there's that battle once again. There's Paul Medell and Braden Hutchings fighting it out for 4th place overall. There's 2 tenths between them as they head up to Enrique Peterson, one of the back markers now. Oh, it's Cody Riedlingace rather. She moves out of the way. My mistake as they go into Castrol Corner. Once again, still 2 tenths behind. And then behind them, it's Reynard Burnett rather in 6th place on the 54, ahead of Abdul Isak and Lance Jonas. Then there's a big fight in the 300s class between Boston, Max Munton and Raymond Alexander. Raymond Alexander's just a little bit further behind, but there, look at these two once again. This is still your battle for 4th place between Medell and Hutchings.
Well, I'm looking there. I'm looking through. Max Munton's dropped down on Abigail Boston. Jamie Hall still the head of Nicholas Hutchings. Jamie Hall there, the man from PE, working his way through. I should say, nice, the rocketing through there. They've got Peter Hill up in front of them. There comes Adrian Solomon. They're going to work their way down in towards Holes. Peter Hill is going to be a bit of a mobile chicane in front of them. They're going to have to go around his outside. Oh, he's going to get bombed from all sides there. Nicholas Hutchins almost leaning into Peter Hill there as they work their way through. The front two absolutely rocketing. And Abigail Boston down. So in turn 1. Reeling the bike back. So right here come your leaders, and, Jamie Hall and Nicholas Hutchings working their way through Damstip. There they are. And working their way up towards Sorrel Sweep. And on their last lap, there's Hutchings now ahead of Jamie Hall. Have we got checkered flag? The flag beckons, and Hutchings has done enough to get on Jamie. Here comes Jamie up to the line. Oh! Nicholas Hutchings just takes it by 1,000th of a second. Absolutely mind-blowing. Brilliant stuff there from Nicholas Hutchings, and Adrian Solomon will come to the line. Then it's Paul Medell ahead there of Braden Hutchings over the line, and behind them Reinhard Burnett works his way over the line. Next will be Abdul Isak and Lance Jonas. And Then up behind them, we're going to be seeing the likes of Max Munton and Raymond Alexander. Yeah, have a look. See, here comes the 300 battle up towards the line. And a great ride coming from Max Munton. As, or is it Raymond Alexander? Who's it going to be? It's Raymond that gets ahead of Max Munton on the line. So Raymond Alexander takes the 300s there. And third place will go to the likes of Mitch Robertson, followed there by Elmer Mostert. Then Peter Hill, Cody, Enrique, and Enrico.
Good racing from all those men and women out there. Very unfortunate for Lee Anthony Pinn and Abigail Boston. Abigail fighting for the lead of the 300s. She's actually going in a week's time to Spain, to Jerez, for the Motorcycle International Games, or Intercontinental Games rather, as one of the 6 South Africans, or one of the 8 South Africans rather, or 8 or 10 or however many it is. They're going up to represent South Africa in the Intercontinental Games. So this was a bit of a hard luck for her, but she does get to go overseas in a week's time. And hopefully she's back up for race 2. But that gives Raymond Alexander a good jump in the points. And that should have him leading the 300s, or sorry, leading in second place in the 300s class ahead of Abigail Boston. Then Hutchings taking the win ahead of Jamie Hall. Adrian Solomon, a good run on the 600 for the first time. Paul Medell, Hutchings, Burnett, Isak, and Jones. Good running from all of them out there today.
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight.